Good morning, everyone. Good to be back. Hello, Nixie and Victor coming on over to the mainstream as well. It's good to have you both. I'm having a massive Saturday morning coffee in my Simpsons mug. I'm thinking of locking in my transfers now just to get them out of my head, to be honest. I'm thinking of locking in my transfers now just to forget about it. Hello, Laura Riley. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Is how we're shaping up. I must admit, I've seen better teams. My plans, Ben. My plans. It pains me, but I think I'm going to have to set off Salah. I'm going to do Salah to Foden, Sarabia to Gordon, Solanke to Isak for a -4. And then that will leave me with Dubravka, Gusto, Richards, and Mateta as my bench. And I'm going to hit the bench boost. Good morning, John B, Owen Downs, the bloody lads, and Laura. Don't forget Laura's in the chat as well. Good to see you. Unless, of course, Laura doesn't mind being referred to as a lad, then we're all good there. I'm not going to dig myself a hole with that one. I'm very good, Owen. Good to see you. It's very sunny here in the UK. Well, where I live at the moment. Apparently, I slept through it. But apparently there were the Northern Lights last night. And I had no idea and slept through it. But that would have been quite cool. I hope people if anyone was watching this from the UK, they saw the Northern Lights last night. I saw loads of pictures on Twitter. But yeah, I was sleeping like a baby. I got a swimming competition tomorrow, and my body needs lots of rest. So I was sleeping. And yeah, story. Training last night. Cracked out 50 freestyle. I was just wearing my training Speedos. Didn't even have a swimming hat on. Just swam without a hat. And I was 0.3 seconds off of my PB at the end of a training session in all my training gear. So suited up and ready to go on Sunday. I'm ready to go fast. So I'm resting this weekend. That's the plan. I'm very well, Niels. Good to see you. Cheers, Victor. I appreciate that. And that was all after being ill as well. I took all my swimming kit with me on holiday as well. And I made sure to book a hotel that had a decent pool that I could swim in. So I kept the training going. Because even though I was on holiday, I just absolutely love it. So I did it anyway. But yeah, I hope everyone's all good. That's enough about my life. You'll probably all get bored of that. I hope everyone's all good. Let me know what your transfer plans are this week. I'll do my usual. I've got 5 little quiz questions to go through. I'll talk about my score predictions if anyone's interested. What else? Clean sheet odds. I'll do some team reviews in Draft Town as well. We'll do 5 at a time like I normally do. I don't want to get just very conscious of getting too carried away with team reviews, because if I did, I'd just spend the whole stream looking at other people's teams, which for the average person watching, I don't think is that much fun. So we'll keep that controlled this week. Yes, Victor, Egypt was really, really nice, thank you. It was unlike any other country I've ever been to. It was very police and military controlled. Like every town that we left and went to when we went on our trips. Well, I only went on one trip. I'll show you some pictures from it. It was all controlled by the police gates with like men with guns and stuff. So in order to get our coach to leave a town, they had to show the travel company had it already, but they needed to confirm like all our passport numbers, names, etc., just to leave the town. And the resort that we stayed in was a place called Makadi Bay, which is in a town called Hurghada, just on the Red Sea. And in order to get in there, you needed to get past like an armed guard. And it was a town entirely built for hotels. It obviously employed a lot of like the Egyptian locals and stuff, which was really cool. But it was really nice, and I'd probably go back, to be honest. But it was quite like dystopian, the fact that we weren't actually in a town that anyone actually lived in. We were just in like a settlement full of hotels that was guarded by a police gate. It was a little bit like dystopian, I think is the right word. And I don't know if there are any Egyptian people that watch the stream or whatever. But it made me question whether, because obviously felt very lucky to be a tourist and able to travel freely around Egypt. But it made me worry if like your average Egyptian citizen could leave their own town if there's a police checkpoint like at the edge of the town, if that makes sense. But we went on a trip to Luxor. I'll show you a quick picture of that, and then we'll get into some FPL stuff. So I went to a place called Luxor. I didn't go to the pyramids. I was only there for a week, and we did a day trip to Luxor and a day trip. We didn't do another day trip, but there was an option to do a day trip to Cairo. But Cairo was a 7-hour drive from our hotel, and didn't really fancy that. So we went to the Karnak Temple. I don't know if you can see that picture. The camera focus is terrible, but pillars, like a temple full of hieroglyphics, and obelisks and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see that. And some of the you won't be able to show it because I think the focus on the camera is broken. But at the top of like the pillars, they still have the roof structure there, and there's still paint on some of the like ancient Egyptian, like 3,000-year-old paint is still on some of the pillars and stuff, which is just incredible. It just shows that they knew what they were doing when they were building stuff, basically. I thought so too, Nils, because yeah, I thought so too, which is why we went to Luxor instead. I'd recommend it to anyone, to be honest. Like I said, it was a little bit weird feeling like a superior. I don't know if it's like the right way to describe it, but they almost treated tourists like superior to the normal citizens, if that's the right word. I don't know. I don't want to say anything out of turn, but yeah, that kind of made me feel a bit uneasy. But the country gets so much like income from tourists that they treat you like royalty over there, basically. So yeah, I'd recommend it. It was really good. And also, I go into so many rabbit holes about what the pyramids, the function the pyramids served, how they built them, etc. I'm almost convinced that there was an ancient civilization that existed before the Egyptians. They were wiped out by some kind of natural disaster, but they built the pyramids, and they were never actually tombs. And they had a way of like generating electricity that involved sound and like airway. It's a really interesting theory. Anyway, I'm kind of deep into it at the moment. I'd recommend watching some content on it if you're interested. Anyway, Joseph Robertson, I don't know how I've done this in Sky, right? I have no idea how I've managed it. I think I attribute it solely down to Jean-Philippe Mateta and Isaac, but I'm now 321st in the Sky game. Before I went away on holiday, I was 1200th. So yeah, I've done really well. And I've still got two transfers left to use. Bro, if anyone watches the Joe Rogan podcast, the stuff he's done with Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock, I take some of it with a pinch of salt because I don't think the two guys have any like actual qualifications related to the topic, but they put forward some really interesting points, and it's just really, I just find it fascinating. Even if it's not true, it's just cool. Let's have a look at some of the other messages then. Owen Downs, I'm going to bench boost today. Need to take out João Pedro, most likely for Welbeck. I don't like selling João Pedro. I think he misses the first game and then plays the second. And if he plays the second game and you're taking him out for a hit, not sure. Had to go Van. Yeah, it makes sense, Laura. It's not ideal, but you just got to do those things sometimes, haven't you? Thinking of going rogue by taking out Salah, Gusto Muniz for Richarlison, Guardiola, Jackson. Nils, it looks like the Brazil manager has confirmed that Richarlison is not going to play the Copa America, which suggests that he is injured. There's a bit of a conspiracy about Richarlison's fitness at the moment, but I proceed with caution on that one. I would go for Anthony Gordon instead if you don't have him already. I don't think I'd do that, Tariq. I don't think I would. Oh, you got him already. Let's have a quick look at Draft Town a sec then. I'll help you out. Let's have a quick look. What's your max price for a midfielder? We'll find you someone good. If you want to go rogue, I quite like Madueke. If you can get to him. Let's say 6.5. Madueke's up there, mate. Brennan Johnson would be good, but I quite like Madueke. I quite like Madueke. No worries, Owen. I definitely haven't covered. If I had the triple captainship, right, I'm captaining Haaland, but I think you could get more gains as a result of triple captaining Isak instead. I kind of have a different strategy between just the normal captainship and the triple captainship this week. What do people in the chat think? If you had your triple captain left and you had Haaland and Isak, who would you put it on? Sorry, this isn't my team. This is my team. I don't have Bruno. So I was looking at someone else's team from the members stream there. Nixie saying Haaland. Wilson's the worry. Yeah. I think Isak's still good, mate. That's Victor's team. Palmer. He's saying triple captain Palmer. Tell you what. The one thing I would say is how does Palmer compare away from home to home? Blank. Assist. Blank. He did all right against Luton. Blank, blank, blank. He's not too bad away from home, actually. Not too bad away from home. Akshay Patil need share replacement, have burn. Oh, man. That's hard. I'd say if there's an Arsenal defender you can get to. Oh, excuse me. If there's an Arsenal defender you can get to, I'd do that. I just think Arsenal are fine even with a single. I'd also say Everton aren't too bad. I'd put Everton on a level with some of the double game week defences this week. They got Sheffield United at home. I just think the defence is very slim pickings. Although, someone correctly, I don't know if they're in the stream now, I can't remember who did. Someone correctly pointed out that Spurs' defence isn't actually that bad because they've got Burnley and then obviously Man City. Hopefully they don't do too bad against City. And then Sheffield United away 38, which is obviously decent. But probably Romero, mate. It's probably Romero or Lewis Dunk. Probably what I'd say. Yes, Ben, I can definitely check out your team. Let's have a look at that now. Members get priority on this kind of thing, I'm afraid. I'll do a round of team reviews in a sec. Yeah. I think we spoke about this already, didn't we? I think I'd just do Bradley to Van der Ven. I would keep hold of João Pedro and just do Bradley to Van der Ven. I find it really hard to justify taking a hit to sell João Pedro for another striker around the price or Danny Welbeck because I think he plays one of the games. He could even get minutes in the first one. You could also do Bradley to Dunk and be done with it as well. You can't see him starting at all. If that's your opinion, then I'd probably go option 1. Option 2 just sounds a bit too much for me. It's just a bit too much. I don't think a hit that big is very rarely ever worth it. And realistically, you're only selling. Oh no, you are selling some of it. Yeah, I just do option 1. I might do my transfers live on stream right now, just to be cool. So here's what I'm doing. Salah's gone. Yeah, I do, Ben. I do. I'm not going to put a degree of confidence on there, but my degree of confidence, I'm keeping them. So yeah, I think Richarlison is injured, mate. Unfortunately. So here's my moves then. I must say, I'm really uncomfortable about selling Mo Salah, but I kind of have no choice. I've just got to do it, I think. Salah out for Foden, Sarabia out for Gordon, Solanke out for Isak for a -4. I don't think it's too bad. Sarah, yeah, I think he's all right. The thing is with Newcastle, I don't back them enough defensively at all. So I think Trippier's he's obviously the best Newcastle defender, right? And he's really good for bonus points. Even if he doesn't keep a clean sheet, he's obviously got a good chance of attacking returns. And if he gets attacking returns, he usually scores bonus points. So, like, comparatively, he's very good. And who do they have in 38? Thinking about going for a big punt on Josh Murphy. I think Josh Murphy plays in League One, doesn't he? Or is it Jacob Murphy? I don't know. They're brothers, aren't they? It is a big punt source, Mac. I don't know how much Murphy is. I can't remember. But if you can get Madueke in instead, I think Madueke is probably the best of the cheap midfielders. Yeah, Josh plays for... He's in the playoff final, to be fair, but he is League One. Anyone have any reservations about those transfers I'm going to make? I think I'm going to lock them in now. Should I sell Garnacho to Gordon? That's all good. You confuse me as well, Source. It's very easy. Very easy to get confused. Should I sell Garnacho to Gordon, but for a -8? Is Gordon going to score 8 more points than Garnacho? Oh, sorry, 9 to be worth it. I'm just not sure. Nah, I don't care for differentials, mate. I'm not really one for punting this week. I think these guys would be fine. No one has talked about Gallagher, but I'm just saying I did in one of my in my Game Week 37 thoughts video. I spoke about Gallagher. Just saying. I know Saka's a doubt, but I think he'll play against Man United. Just my thoughts. And in order to make these moves, I kind of have to sell Salah. Although you're giving me doubts now, Ben. Let's see. And also, I don't think I can do a whole lot with my team if I have to do this, I think. Yeah, but bench boost is bench boost, isn't it? Some people played it accidentally this season and gone away with it. I'm doing it. It's done. I get it, Ben, but I just want to get rid of it now. Play the bench boost. Haaland captain. We'll go Palmer Vice. No, Isaac Vice. Bench boost is played, I think. There we go. That's us. Could take an additional hit to get rid of Saka if I'm feeling fruity. But there's me. I agree, Source. Melvin, good to see you, my friend. Good morning, Lee Fisher. Sorry, I missed your message earlier. Good to see you back in the chat, mate. I hope you're all good. I'm taking out Saka, but I think Foden's the best City midfielder, mate. Comparatively with Kevin De Bruyne, I think Kevin De Bruyne, goals and assists combined, Kevin De Bruyne may get more. But I just feel that KDB's assists are generally more weighted towards assists. KDB returns, are more weighted towards assists than they are goals. Whereas Foden is a bit more of a goal scorer. So it's done. I'm quite excited now. I think that's quite a good team. I don't know. I mean, Dubravka, Gusto, they could backfire, but I think that's quite a good team. I think the optimal way of having 3-man City is KDB, Foden, Haaland. I agree. That's the best way to go. They don't keep enough clean sheets for me to say that Guardiola is better than Kevin De Bruyne. So I agree. Nils, I would not bring in João Pedro, but I would consider like Gordon, Foden, Madueke, someone like that, and then probably Jackson, Isak, someone like that. instead. That'd be my thoughts. Play Petrovic. Oh, that is... I'll tell you what. Yes, obviously Man City defensively are better than Chelsea, but Ederson will not make any saves, whereas Petrovic might. So I think, in my mind, expected points between Ederson and Petrovic are very close. But I would favour the keeper that consistently makes saves and go for Petrovic. Petrovic makes 3.51 saves per 90. No, I'd go Petrovic. I'd go Petrovic over Pickford. I think I would. So Petrovic on 3.5 saves per 90. Ederson 1.8. So Petrovic makes twice as many saves as Ederson does. Oh man, I would play Trippier, mate. That Trippier to burn for a hit sounds madness. I'd play Trippier. Oh, you're tripled up. Oh, that is rough. Who else to go for? Probably Welbeck. I play Trippier, mate. -4 for a Brighton defender. I think Dunk. Dunk is the cut and dry. We'll play both games. Bit of goal threat. I'd go Dunk. Plays every game. I'd go Lewis Dunk, mate. You got 55 people watching. Bloody hell. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining the stream. Play Trippier over Romero, even if I have Burn. Yeah. I would. I think Trippier has a lot of points potential. I don't know what the rest of the chat think, but I would personally play Trippier over Romero. I guess what I don't know for sure is if Trippier is guaranteed to play. Probably would. Saka to Foden, Gordon, KDB. Foden, in my mind. Although, if it was for a hit, I don't think I'd do it. Spurs defender, Porro or Romero? Or would you get Newcastle? I'd go Porro. Yeah, I'd go Porro. Although he has dried up a little bit from an attacking perspective, but I'd go Porro. Tell you what, though, I'd probably be a little bit unfair to Romero. I'm probably being a little bit unfair to Romero because every time I've seen him play in like the last month, he could have had a hat-trick. I'm going to change the focus of my camera a sec. He could have had a hat-trick. He's had so many chances from... Oh, look at the focus changing. That's good, isn't it? Let's leave it at that. He could have had a hat-trick in most of the games I've seen. Jackson and Porro for... Yeah, fine. Yeah, mate, Trippier's been in Dubai training. I reckon it'll be all right. Alexandru loves a differential, and he's done very well this season as a result of loving differentials, so I would listen to him, to be honest. If there's any leaks so far. Not seen anything. Not seen anything. No. Would you transfer Share to Lewis Hall? I wouldn't pick any of those sort of fringe Newcastle defenders with Trippier coming back. Because Trippier can play both right and left back and could replace either Hall or Livramento at any time. Yeah, let's do... someone else put their FPL ID in there as well. Let's do 5. So let's do 5 team reviews and then we'll do a quiz. How about that? So first 5 people to put their FPL ID in after I send this message in the chat. I'll look at your team. Excuse me. I'll give you a chance to get warmed up, ready to go. And then I've got a few quiz questions. They're a little bit easier than previous ones, so hopefully people actually can get 5 out of 5 this week. Right, there you go. Well, bloody hell, that was quick. We're done after... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Joel is first up. That was insane. They all came in like a second. Sorry, folks, if you're a bit late. We'll probably do another round. We'll do another round. Thinking Gusto and João Pedro to Romero and Jack. I don't mind that, Joel. I think that's probably the best thing you can do with your team. Yeah, do it, mate. I like it. I like it. I can't argue with that. I think that's very strong transfers there. Melvin. I think I would do Maguire to Romero. Yeah. Maguire to Romero, and then I don't think you need to do anything else. Yeah. Maguire to Romero. That's all I do. And I think leave your transfers for next week, because unless you really want to get rid of Saka, I wouldn't. I think it'd be all right. I'd go with that. I think that's a really strong team, mate. That's a nice team. You're gonna do really well this season as a result of this team. I think you could be pushing into the top 10k this week with a team like that. I really do. I think there are a fair few managers ahead of you that will not have as strong a team going into a bench boost as you do. A lot of people would have used some chips already to get to the heights that they are. 361985. Dusty Tones. 361985. Saka to Havertz or Odegaard. I mean, I'm not massive on it. I've got to say, I'm not massive on it. Because you're selling the Arsenal pen taker. Yes, he's a doubt. I really like the thought of keeping him, to be honest. Oh, you won't be able to do... I'm not sure you'll be able to do Maguire to Romero. I thought Romero was cheaper than that. Maguire to Van de Ven is probably what you're going to have to do. Whoever that was before. Joel. I'm looking at Dusty Tones' team now. Ooh la la. So you bench boosting by the looks of it. Oh. Maddison injured, is he? I would hold on to the bench boost till next week with this team. And then I would prioritise just getting 11 players out that definitely start this week. So, honestly, I'd consider doing Maddison to Salah and not bench boosting this week. Because then you've got Salah next week as captain. Oh, he's not injured, but you get him out of the team. Yeah. I would consider, can you do Barnes to Salah? Can you afford that? I've got this price set, that's why. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can quite stretch there. No, you can't. 1.1 short of Barnes to Salah. That's unfortunate. You could just do Maddison to Salah, mate, and then bench boost next week. Although bench boosting with this team this week's not too bad. It's got to be Barnes to Foden then, I think, mate. Dusty Tones, Barnes to Foden. And then you can bench boost this week, I think, and be all right. Yeah, Barnes to Foden, bench boost this week. Wouldn't worry that you've got a load of single game week players. Nah, I wouldn't do Aït-Nouri. Wouldn't get rid of Aït-Nouri. I think Crystal Palace would be all right. Nixie. Thank you, Alexandria. If you're new around here, please leave me a like rating. Subscribe to the channel. I usually upload on a Saturday evening as well to scratch the FPL itch. There probably won't be a Sunday video because I'm at a swimming competition. But I'll have one out tonight. Don't worry about that. All right, Nixie. Looking to bench boost this week, I would imagine. Bloody hell. I mean, 2 free transfers, and there is nothing I would do with this team. I mean, I just don't know what I'd do with it. You might be in burn a transfer territory here, because I think any transfer you do here makes your team worse. Yeah, fair enough, Dusty Tones. Doty to Cucurella could be worth the hit, to be fair. I haven't spoken about Cucurella that much. But, well, it's not roll, it's burn. I think Nixie, I wouldn't overthink it and force a transfer here, because I don't think there is one. I don't think there's an obvious one. I would roll. Or not roll, I'd burn it. I just burn the transfer. I think burning the transfer here is better than using it. I've got to say. There's just nothing obvious for me. I don't know, quiz member. I've got to say, I don't know. I think Gusto's all right. I'm keeping Gusto. Yeah. Nixie, I'd just burn it, mate. It doesn't feel right burning a transfer. You probably never ever even done it before, but I would. I think you're absolutely fine. 090. Golden Devils. Brennan Johnson in. Probably. But then, where does... Oh, no, Son will play centre forward, then Kulusevski. Yeah, go for Brennan Johnson. Why not? Yeah, I trust players that play minutes, mate. I'd get rid of Barnes. Who are we looking at here? Richard. 12.4 million in the bank. That's insane. So I would make a couple of moves here. I would do Maguire to... Romero. Yeah. Probably do Maguire to Romero, and then whichever one you think is worse out of Solanke and Mateta, and sub him for Haaland. I get Haaland in. Unless you are so hell-bent on not having Haaland, then don't get him. But for me, if you've got enough cash to do it, just get him in. No, don't sell Son. Don't do that. Sorry, I've seen that message coming a few times. Sorry, I missed it, mate. I wouldn't sell Son. I think Son will be fine. It's not worth it. Personally, mate, I'd get Haaland in. I'd do Maguire to Romero. Probably get rid of Mateta for Haaland, just because Solanke probably plays more minutes and he takes penalties. Mateta doesn't. So I'd probably sell Mateta for Haaland, Maguire for Romero. And that is a really nice team. And I bench boost. Right, I think that does us for team reviews. I've done my transfers. There's my team. That's how we're lining up. Bench boost active. I'm riding my luck with the bench boost. I'm well aware of that. But I just don't think it's worth selling Dubravka and Gusto for a hit. I just don't think it's worth it. That might be to my detriment, to my demise, but it's my opinion. I don't think it's worth it. So yeah, we'll do a quiz. Anyone up for a quiz? Let me know in the chat if you're up for a quiz. Little FPL related quiz. Everyone loves a quiz, surely. Right. Some of these questions, everyone should know the answer to, right? So, who scored the most points, the top scoring player in Gameweek 36? Was it Haaland, Elise, Munoz, the Crystal Palace defender, or Nicholas Jackson? All of these players, of course, did very well. Sorry for bringing back PTSD for those people that didn't have Haaland last week. That wasn't my intention with this question. Edison worth bench boost with Petrovic? Yeah, sure. Why not? I think it's better than next week if you've only got 2 more weeks to use it. The answer, of course, was Erling Haaland. I'll give Lee I can't give him a bonus point because that's against the rules for the quiz, but extra respect to Lee for knowing how many points he actually scored. The next question. Right now, who is the most popular defender in the whole game? Who has been selected by the most players? Saliba, Gabriel, Trippier, or Van Dijk? Got to think of all the dead teams, etc. as well. I'd say probably like 40% of the game is dead at the moment, not actually managing their team. So who is the most owned defender in FPL? I would play Gabriel. Morpheus. It is just Morpheus, isn't it? I play Gabriel. Right, the answer is Saliba. 39% ownership currently. He is the top owned defender in FPL right now. Crazy to think, but he is. Okay, next question. Who has the most goals in the Premier League so far this season? Is it Ollie Watkins, Erling Haaland, Alexander Isak, or Cole Palmer? Who has the most goals? And I'll give you bonus respect if you know how many goals they have. Few answers coming in. Everyone's saying Haaland. The answer is indeed Haaland. Bonus respect for Rehan. He's got 25 goals. So then, with that in mind, which forward in the game has the most points? Is it Ollie Watkins, Erling Haaland with 25 goals, Dominic Solanke, or Alexander Isak? Who is the top scoring forward in FPL? Points-wise, not goals, points. Sorry, folks, just adjusting my camera. I'll put my picture back up as well. It fell down while I was away on holiday. So the picture's back up behind me now. Everyone has said Ollie Watkins. And the answer is it's Ollie Watkins. 221 points. Very good. Well done, folks. And finally, which player, so assists, like on the assist standings for the Premier League, are not quite the same as FPL assists, because you can get an FPL assist for like a rebounded shot, something like that. It's a bit different to actual assists, so you have to bear that in mind. But who has the most assists in the FPL game this season? Ollie Watkins, Anthony Gordon, Cole Palmer, or Bukayo Saka? Who has the most assists in FPL this season? That's the final question. Few shouts for Watkins again. Few shouts for Saka. Someone saying Gordon. I'd say it's probably the toughest. Toughest of the questions, but we saved the toughest till last. The defender one was quite tough as well. Not many people are going to know that off the top of their heads. So yeah, fair one. The answer, drum roll, please. Someone probably got 5 out of 5 this week. It's Ollie Watkins. He's got 17 assists in FPL this season. I don't think he's quite up there on the actual assist total. I think he's still number one, but I don't think he's got 17 official ones. But FPL assists, Watkins has 17. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you get a 5 out of 5. Round of applause for everyone. Good effort in the quiz. Oh, wrong screen. Good effort. Good to see you, FPL Sparta. You're like an OG. I remember you in like some of my first streams. Gordon's close. I think he's on 10, isn't he? Or 15. 16, yeah. One away. It's close. Just checking if there's anything big coming out on Twitter. Haven't seen any leaks just yet. Not very fast those times. Not very exciting. FPL Tom was out last night. That's interesting. Brennan Johnson is very similar in terms of underlying numbers to Richarlison. Reece James starting. Oh, no. Holy moly. He's going to play. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is it? Don't do this to me again, Reece James. Oh, I can afford it as well. Gusto to James for a hit. Had to meme it. Oh, good God. Reece James being back. That is just... That's a troll, that, isn't it? That is an absolute troll. I'm still happy with the moves I made, right? I'm not annoyed about the moves I made. It's just, what the hell do I do with the Gusto now? What do I do with Gusto now? It's probably worth a hit, isn't it? Wow, Gusto news. There isn't any Gusto specific news. Reece James tweeted, "See you at 5:30." So I mean, I don't know. Should I get James in for 8 Nori? Nah. I wouldn't do that. My question is, should I get James in for Gusto? I can't bring myself. Surely I can't be doing that. Hey, I have Dallo, Porro, Gabriel, Byrne, and my 5th choice, Van Heck. Van Heck's done, mate. He's done for the season. James is 5.3 million. I think Haaland triple captain's fine, mate. I do. Haaland triple captain will be fine. Most people's triple captainships this season have not gone very well. Take your pick, Tiger. It's inconsequential, really, because whoever your main captain is probably has a double game week, and there's no chance that your vice captain will come in. But I would say Isak. Richarlison's out injured, probably for the rest of the season. Oh, Reguilon to Porro for a -4. I'm not massive on it. Madueke is alright, yeah. I wouldn't triple captain Madueke, though. I would, if I was using my triple captainship, I would put it on a penalty taker. No, I'd keep Havertz. I think Saka plays. I think it'd be alright. What about Dunk? Yeah, fine. Get Dunk. He's decent. I don't think any player's essential, mate. I think Gordon's good, but I don't think he's essential. Yeah, Richarlison's out for, well, I don't believe it's been confirmed by Postecoglou, but the Brazil manager has said that he's not there for the Copa America. So make of that what you will. I mean, suggests to me that he's injured, right? Big love from Malaysia. Big ups, mate. But if I was Saka, a professional athlete, and was carrying a bit of an injury ahead of the two most important games of my entire club career, I would take a cortisone injection. I'd do whatever to dull the pain so I could play. That's just what I would do. Maddison or Fernandez? Fernandez, mate. Always go for the penalty taker. Bro, that is, I mean, it's Romero. Romero, Porro, Van de Ven. There you go. Dunk. Romero, Porro, Van de Ven, Dunk. Take your pick of those three. Man, that Reece James news, man. Oh, good grief. Got triple Arsenal, Van Heck, João Pedro, and Kelleher to deal with. The rest fit doublers. Oh, it's tough, isn't it? I think you could set yourself up for next week. For a bench boost next week, to be honest. Just get 11 good players out this week. Wait till next week. What was Reece James up to last week? He didn't play, did he? So Reece James has not featured since game week 16. See you at 5:30 suggests that he's probably on the bench, right? Probably on the bench. I'm going to stick with Gusto. I'm going to stick with Gusto. I'm not going to get James in. Not going to get carried away. I'm going to stick with this. Tiger Good. I've already answered that, mate. I haven't got a decision. I don't know. It's inconsequential. The decision doesn't matter. Your captain probably has a double game week, don't they? Probably Isaac. Probably. No, I wouldn't touch Livramento. Livramento and Hall, I wouldn't touch him. Not with Trippier coming back. Nah, I wouldn't touch him. You just don't know who Trippier is going to replace. Unless you have like some really sound logic worked out in your mind that what he will play, then I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it personally. It's my thoughts. I would start an Arsenal defender, mate. I would start an Arsenal defender. I think Man United is so hopeless, but they do have Bruno back. I think I'd still start Arsenal defender. See, look, is a Chelsea fan saying he prefers Gusto? I'm going to stick with Gusto. Screw it. Blind faith in Gusto. That's what I'm on now. I'm playing on complete blind faith. Oh, mate, you don't want to be picking Kraft. You don't want to be picking him. I wouldn't bother. Who are you looking to sell? First of all, that'd be my question. Who are you looking to sell? You play draft. Yeah, but still the same. Who are you looking to get rid of? So the Richarlison news is that the Brazil manager said he's not going to play Copa America. So, yeah. I should probably do. I could do Gusto to Porro, couldn't I? It just pains me to sell a. Can I buy a Spurs defender ahead of playing Man City? I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it. None of the FPL review stuff is telling me to sell Gusto until next week. Well, I wouldn't do Fernandes to Garnacho, mate. I would not do that. I would keep Fernandes. Mate, if Fernandes is trained, he plays 90 minutes. That's Bruno. That's what Bruno Fernandes does. Captaincy top 5, I'd say Haaland, Isak, Palmer, Foden, Son. I'd genuinely say those are my 5 captains. And then KDB's mixed in there as well. He's probably number 6. I just don't think I don't rate KDB that highly because I just feel his returns are more weighted towards assists than goals. I look at his returns and he scored more goals than got assists, but yeah. I think for the money you're spending on Kevin De Bruyne, you want a player that's scored more than 4 goals in 12 starts. You know what I mean? It's Foden. He's the one. Looking to sell cash. Oh, okay, got ya. Who are the players available in your draft that you could go for? I think Kraft is probably the one. Just because I think he plays. They just got to stick with him, haven't they? Yeah, I think Kraft plays. Doesn't fill me with confidence, but I think he plays. Unless you just go Trippier, but I imagine someone's already got Trippier. Or you could pick a rogue Man City defender. Ake, maybe? I don't know. I'd say Kraft. Why not? Kraft. I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, mate, get Trippier. Get Trippier. Take the risk, get Trippier. That's what I'd do, mate. Even if he only plays one game of the double, I still think he's better than Kraft. I'm just going to look at the Chelsea predicted lineup. The Brighton predicted lineup, by the way, for anyone interested. Chelsea predicted lineup's got bloody, what's his name? Chelsea. 29% have Gusto starting. Oh, good grief. So they really don't think Gusto's going to start. Welbeck. Welbeck will play. Depends who, Johnny. Depends who. I mean, a -4 hit has to be worth 5 points, right? You have to score 5 more points than the player you're selling for it to be worth it. So, could you, this is why I'm considering not selling Gusto, is I have to take a hit to do it. Could you tell me a defender that scores 5 more points this week than Gusto? Other than the ones I've got already. How's Livramento this week? I wouldn't touch him. I just think with Trippier potentially coming back, you just don't know, right? He is a bit exciting, don't get me wrong, but I'm not massive on it. I'm not massive on it. Who's played the most out of Livramento and Lewis Hall? I bet they've played 90 for the last 4 or 5 games each, right? $90, 2 90s, Hall. Too impossible. B-ball checkmate? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I think it's really tough. Need to get Maguire out. Honestly, I consider Richards from Wolves, from Crystal Palace, even though he doesn't double. Or just take a punt on Livramento or Hall. Maybe Pope is back, exactly. Who knows? I would not sell Bruno to Garnacho under any circumstances. Bruno is the only Man United player I'd want to own. The only one in the whole squad that I'd want to own right now. So I would not get rid of him. If Garnacho outscores him, then I'll take it on the chin. But I mean, Bruno is the only Man United player I'd want to own. Oh, if Jackson was on penalties for Chelsea, Ben, I would say yes. I've done Solanke to Isak for a hit, which I think was worth it. You have to ask yourself the question, does Jackson score 5 more points than Solanke? Because in order for the -4 to be worth it, that's what needs to happen, right? How much do you have in the bank, Mike, when you get rid of him? Only 0.1. So what's Maguire? Oh, I don't know Maguire's price, mate. How much? Yeah, so sorry, because I don't know Maguire. 4.3. Perfect. Perfect. Defender. We'll go 4.5. So it's saying Chalobah, who I wouldn't touch. I think it's Livramento or no one, mate. Livramento or just Richards from Palace. No. No one in that Chelsea defence, apart from probably Cucurella, is safe. That's my thoughts. I've got Gusto. They've already got 3 new... Oh my God. Yeah, I would honestly just go for Richards from Crystal Palace. Just go Richards. There's no one else here you can even afford. Richards is the best player in my mind that you can afford. I'd go Richards. And then it leaves you the maximum possible amount in the bank. I just go Richards. I've got him. I'm bench boosting him in. It could potentially be a terrible bench boost, right? But whatever. Be interesting to see how much the ownership of my team. Petrovic 8.2. That's going to go up. Guardiola 14. White is on 22. Gabriel's must be like 40. 27. Saka 51. Son's like 30, 34. Foden 40. Bloody hell, 41%. Palmer 50. Gordon's like 20, 26. Bloody hell, my team is very highly owned. Isak's 42. Haaland 72. Dubravka surely about 10. 8.9. Gusto 7.6. A lot of people have got in. Richards 1.3. And then Mateta. It's not the most exciting team. Ben, I don't think that's bad at all. I don't think that's a bad bench at all. Ryan and Gabriel, both from the best defence in the league. Branthwaite's got Sheffield United. And Solanke's got Brentford. I think that's a great bench boost. You don't have to have double game week players on your bench. I think, and you think that the history of double game weeks this season, apart from 34, they've been very disappointing. Very disappointing. So I wouldn't worry. I think, point I made in a couple of my videos, I think there are plenty of single game week players that will do very well this week, mate. And the thing is with Solanke, compared to, you probably heard me say this on Sky and everything, I just absolutely love a penalty taker in FPL. If Jackson was on penalties, then I'd say it's a no-brainer. But because Solanke's on pens and Jackson isn't, I think it adds another string to his bow. It's really tough. Really tough. I'd recommend cracking your team into FPL review and seeing what it has to say as well. Nah. 8 Nori for a -4 just isn't worth it. I would not do that. I'll leave my score predictions on screen. I'm just going to check my Twitter DMs to see if anyone sent me team news or anything. I'm going to remove... If I'm going to remove Shalaba, it's going to require a -8 to do so. Shalaba, Vicario, Maguire. No, I keep Shalaba, mate. I keep him. He'd play... I just keep him. I just don't think it's worth it. Bruno starting for sure? Well, no one knows, but the guy is just... He's a machine. If he's trained, I think he starts. For him to miss a game is just unheard of. His injury record... Right, so bear in mind, he's 28? 29 years old. 29 years old, so he's been playing football for over 10 years. Over 10 years. Injury history. He has missed, in his entire career, he has missed. At club level, he has missed 3 games. And one of them has been because of an injury. The other ones he was ill. Anyone gets ill. The other ones he missed for Portugal. So at club level, he has missed 3 games of football in his entire career. Oh, my chat has disappeared. That's a worry. Hopefully I'm still live. I presume so. YouTube's just crashed. Don't know if you guys can... Well, it's crashed. But for you, I've lost everything on my YouTube at the moment. Yeah, it's showing. That's interesting. I can't see the chat anymore. How do I fix that? Right, I'm on my phone. I'm gonna have to read the chat off my phone, so bear with. As you can see there, like usually YouTube shows me, so I can't do. Oh, that's annoying. Don't know what YouTube's done there. I think I've fixed it. I had no idea what's going on here. Bear with, folks. There we go. It's come back. We're alive. We're alive and well again. There we go. Don't know what happened there. Bit of a blip from YouTube. There's a lot of internet work that's going on in my building at the moment. I live in an apartment building, and one of the broadband providers for people here has shut the internet down for a few hours over the last week. So I was just wondering if it was that. We're all good. We're all good. No, Zach. I just don't see any reason to sell Bruno Fernandes. I wouldn't do it. Niels, yeah, go on then. We'll do another round of team reviews. I haven't got any Man City team news yet. I'll do 5 more team reviews. And then, to be honest, I don't know. I've got a whole lot to talk about after that. I have to crack it in after my message. I'll do 5. Dylan and Lalix are in. Lee Fisher's in. Neil's wanted his team review, but he's not. There we go. Room for one more. I will stop here anyway. Holiday was great, thank you, mate. Exactly what me and my girlfriend needed. It's been I must say, it's been a right grind for me, 2024. I work full time alongside doing this YouTube channel, which is a lot of work. I then swim competitively, so I go to the gym 3 times a week, train swimming 3 times a week, so 6 sessions a week. I've got a lot going on. So to go away for a week, I kept training and stuff and made YouTube videos, but a different surrounding and just less going on. It was very nice, thank you. I went to Egypt to a really nice resort. It was very quiet and just lovely. And I did a day trip to Luxor and saw the Valley of the Kings. Saw Tutankhamun and his mummy. Well, he is a mummy now. Just check that's your team. 3907854. It was really nice, thanks. And a really good holiday. Oh, so you be looking to bench boost. I'm going to quickly copy your team into FPL review before time runs out. Actually, no, it's not worth it. No bench boost for you. Interesting. If you're not bench boosting, I wouldn't do anything. I would roll that transfer because I think that team that you've got right there is absolutely fine. I'd roll, mate. Gotta be honest. If you're not bench boosting, I'd roll. Who is next? Dylan Hudson. 345470. I'm taking your bench boosting this week. If I were bench boosting, I would probably do Gusto to no bench boost. Fine, don't do anything. Absolutely roll that transfer and flip a coin on who you want to start out of Havertz and Saka. Because obviously Saka's a doubt, but he's better than Havertz if he does play. So I think that's a real coin flip there. I guess the thing is with Saka, he either plays or he doesn't, right? So you could probably start Saka. He starts or he doesn't feature at all. Worried about wouldn't worry. Just got to roll with it, I think, mate. Who am I looking at here? This is Lee's team. Hopefully Lee's team. Are you bench boosting Lee? Because if you are, I would do Maguire to probably Dan Burn, and then you'll be fine. Nils. I keep all 3, Pirate Canma. Sorry. I see your dilemma. I keep him. I would do with this team. That's so tough. That's so tough. Are you bench boosting? I guess is the question. Are you bench boosting, Niels? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely is your problem. Bench boost. I can't believe I'm saying this. No. I would wait till next week to bench boost. I would roll your transfer and wait till next week to bench boost, because whatever happens, next week Muniz has got Luton, and then you could sell. I'd wait till next week. I wouldn't bench boost this week. I'd wait till next week. Might be controversial, but you won't have a double game week player on your bench this week, I don't think. So I'd wait till next week. I would roll your transfer and wait till next week to bench boost. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what my gut is telling me to do with the team that I'm looking at. I guess you got to weigh up the risk then. But next week, if Man City do win the league, you'll have 2 free transfers, and I think the players you've got will still feature, and I don't think they will win the league this week. What's the table look? Could they concede if they win both their games this week? Do they win the league? As long as Arsenal beat Man United. They could conceivably win the league, couldn't they? So they go up to 88. Arsenal go up to 86. No, they don't win it. They don't win it this week. All Arsenal need to do is beat Man United. I think they do. I think the league goes to the wire. I almost think Saka to Foden, but it's only it'll take you a -8 to do it. Why would it be a -8? It would only be an extra -4. Every hit is individual. You don't need to take a -8 to do Saka to Foden. It's just an additional -4. I think it's worth it. I think it's probably worth it. Both players are of about the same likelihood to get attacking returns in my mind, and Foden's got 2 fixtures. I prefer Ben White. Madueke is my big differential for this week, mate. Madueke, he's the one for me. Show replacement, how about Dunk or Livramento? I think I would do Dunk and I wouldn't do Bruno to Gordon. All right, we're kind of done with team reviews now, I think. I don't want people to spend their entire stream watching other people's teams, I'm afraid, my friend. True, as I like Salah, I'm an Arsenal fan conceding the draw this week against Man United. I don't see that happening. If Man United had fit defenders, I would see it happening, but we don't. Maguire's injured. Martinez is injured. Varane is injured. It's going to be Evans and Casemiro again, as far as I'm concerned, or a kid. Branthwaite or Gabriel. Oh my God. Oh my God. Flip a coin, Zetlin. Take the decision out of your hands. I'm kind of tempted on Johnson, yeah? Brennan Johnson's pretty good, mate, I reckon. Thoughts on Fernandes to Gordon? Nah. I would not be doing that. I don't see the need to sell Fernandes. If he trains, I think he starts. There's no question for me as a Man United supporter. If Fernandes is taking part in full training this week, he plays both games of the double. Unless he's got another injury setback that we don't know about. Triple for Captain Isak? Yeah, I don't mind it. I just... Oh. So I was just checking who got released from Bristol City. Fine by me. Matty James, Andy King, Vyman gone. No issues. Anything else going on in the world? 11 doublers as long as my 3 Arsenal assets. I think you're fine, mate. I think you're fine. Five, 4, 7, 1, 6. So we're afraid we're done with team reviews, mate. I'll tell you what, there's not a whole lot to talk about going forwards, is there? I'll do one more round of team reviews and then I think we'll wrap up. Stick me your ID in, I'll look at your teams, and then we'll end it there. I'll have a video out tonight, so don't worry. You'll see me again today. I need a bit more info than that, Rehan. Are you bench boosting this week? What are your plans? Sorry, Haaland. There he is, look. Look at that. 16 expected points. Over 16 expected points this week. Bench boosting. Oh, I would do... Honestly, I'd do Rico Lewis to an Arsenal defender. And hit the bench boost. Rico Lewis to an Arsenal defender. And bench boost. That's what I'd do there. Don't know how you guys feel, but I would do that. Or I get an Rico Lewis to Guardiola. Rico Lewis to Guardiola. Or Havertz to Foden. Those would be the moves I'd make. Or you could do both, actually. You could do both here. Rico Lewis to Guardiola, Havertz to Foden, bench boost. Do that. Probably worth the hit. Probably worth the hit. That was it for team reviews then, by the looks of it. Any final questions you guys have got, feel free to send them in the chat. Doesn't necessarily even have to be FPL related. I can talk about anything, I don't mind. And then we'll probably end the stream there if that's all right. Because the only thing we're waiting for is early Man City team news, and anyone can scroll Twitter for that, I think. I'm not going to add any value by scrolling Twitter for you, I don't think. Owen Downs? Of course. No bench boost, triple captain Haaland, bench Son. I would bench Jackson. It's very painful, but I'd bench Jackson. Yeah, B-ball checkmate. I'm just going to do it. I just don't see a defender that scores 4 more points than Gusto. Could be... It could be Porro, couldn't it? I'm going to stick with Dubravka. I could get Porro. Arsenal got. Answer me this, chat. Does Porro score 5 more points than Gusto? I'm looking at Owen Downs' team, and I got to be honest, I don't see a transfer. I don't see a transfer here. Maybe João Pedro to Mateta, but that's the only obvious move I see, really. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Gusto will be all right. 60. No, what will happen, Gusto will play 61 minutes, get the clean sheet, and then Chelsea will concede when Reece James comes on the pitch. There you go. That's what's going to happen, lads. I said it here. Said it here first. You heard it here first. Right. Not trying to get ahead of myself, but I think that probably does me for a deadline stream. Been live for about an hour and a half. I will call it there, if that's okay. I will wish you all one more team. Let's have a quick look. One more team. 2, 6, 5, 3, 9, 1. If you still want to join a stream, my mate FPL Tom will be live. Are you bench boosting 1 FDE? My mate FPL Tom will be live. Go and join his stream and tell him I sent you. I wouldn't bench boost this week if it was me, and I would probably do nothing. I'd roll. Triple captain, Haaland, mate. I'd just go Haaland. Triple captain, no bench boost. I would captain Haaland. Triple captain Haaland, mate. It's a good week to do it. Don't need to make a transfer. Triple captain Haaland. That's what I do. Right. Keep an eye out after the... Let's see what time it's going to go up. I'll tell you. 1,000 views on this stream. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun. I will have a video coming out about 7:30 tonight. 7:30 tonight. Players to buy and avoid for Gameweek 38. Be sure to check that one out. Plenty of games going on today to keep an eye on, which is good. I think there's only a couple of games tomorrow. 1 game tomorrow, and obviously it's a double game week, so there's games throughout. All right. I hope you all enjoyed that stream. It's been a pleasure to be back. Sorry that I missed the last few game weeks. Life has just gotten in the way. Haaland, mate. Triple captain Haaland. I got a swimming competition tomorrow, so I'm going to rest up for that. And I will catch you on my video later on tonight. So yeah. Take care, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you.